Today, I'll reveal what might be Europe's most underrated business class, complete with actual suites and a hidden airport hack I just discovered for the first time that will ensure you never have to suffer through another grilling overnight layover ever again. Welcome back to another luxury travel adventure, and today we're flying a massive 12 hours on board KLM's brand new business class from Amsterdam to Cape Town. If you thought you knew what good business class looked like, this flight will completely change your mind about European carriers. From a hidden hotel that even experienced travelers have no idea about, to an excellent airport lounge, an amazing flight with great staff, sumptuous dining and phenomenal amenities, extras, snacks and great sleep, this business class sets a standard that few can match. You'll witness firsthand KLM's brand new transformation of the entire Boeing 777 fleet to proper suite-style seating. And I have to say, after experiencing it myself, I understand why people are calling this a game changer for European business class. So buckle up while I show you why KLM's new business class might be Europe's best kept secret, and share brand new travel hacks throughout the video that will forever change your travel experiences. Let me tell you, waking up inside Schiphol Airport was the most surreal experience. It's 7 a.m. and I'm watching the airport come alive from the inside. But how did I get here without going through check-in or security? Well, that's a secret I'm about to divulge. This is a travel hack I discovered in my last video. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend you check it out. This hack is going to change how you think about those annoying overnight layovers. There's a hotel called the Mercure Hotel Amsterdam Schiphol Airport. And here's the incredible part. It's literally inside the airport, past security and past passport control. Most people have never heard of it. Even airport staff and flight staff sometimes don't know where it is. Here's how it works. After you clear security and passport control for your connecting flight, instead of going to your gate, well, it's way too late at night, you follow the signs to the hotel. You can check in, get a proper night's sleep, and in the morning you're already airside and ready to walk straight to your gate. I stayed there the night before this flight, and let me tell you, seeing Schiphol Airport completely empty at night was surreal. Then waking up and watching it come alive in the morning was like seeing the behind the scenes of one of the world's busiest airports. The room itself is basic but clean and comfortable. You've got everything you need for a good night's sleep, and the convenience factor is absolutely unmatched. If you're planning any trip with a layover, especially if you're arriving late or leaving early, make sure to check the airport to see if there's a hotel inside it. It will save you hours of time, effort and money, depending on where you'd otherwise like to stay. And look, there's Cape Town already on the departures board. Flight KL 597 to Cape Town, departing from gate F8. Somehow seeing your destination on that board makes the trip feel real, doesn't it? Since I've got some time before my flight, I decided to grab some stroopwafels for my kids. You can't visit Amsterdam without bringing home these iconic Dutch treats. And yes, I know I could buy them anywhere, but somehow they taste better when they're from the actual airport in Amsterdam. Now let's head to the KLM Crown Lounge. As a business class passenger, I've got access to what's considered one of Europe's better airline lounges. Walking into the Crown Lounge, I'm instantly impressed. This isn't your typical cramped airline lounge. There's actual space to breathe here. They've got these beautiful multi-level designs with panoramic views of the airport. The colors, space, sounds and areas to relax are incredible. I love how they've incorporated Dutch history into the design as well. You've got these displays showing KLM's heritage dating back to 1919, making it the world's oldest airline still operating under its original name. These little touches really set up the tone for what I'm hoping will be an authentically Dutch experience. The coffee here is excellent, by the way, rich, smooth and served in proper ceramic cups. It's these details that show KLM takes their hospitality seriously. And I'm gonna need this caffeine because it's gonna be a long day ahead. Now let's head to the gate. But first, here's an interesting challenge for all of you watching. I want you to try and spot the member of the crew that's wearing the same thing as me. Look closely at my outfit, pay attention to the crew during the video, and let me know in the comments if you can figure it out. So here we are at gate F8, and I can see our Boeing 777-300ER through the window. This particular aircraft is about 10 years old, but it's been completely refurbished with KLM's newest business class product. Priority boarding is being called, and I have to say the process is refreshingly efficient. No drama, no pushing, just civilized Dutch organization at its finest. But here's what made this trip special. KLM has just finished retrofitting the entire Boeing 777 fleet with these new reverse herringbone seats that have actual doors on them. We're talking about a complete transformation of their old 222 configuration to proper suite-style seating. And I have to say, after experiencing it myself, I understand why people are calling this a game changer for European business class. As I board, I gift some Spanish biscuits to the crew.
So I know.
If you've never seen one of my videos before, this is my go-to travel hack. Not only does it feel great to give something special to those who serve you, but if you've ever wanted perks, faster service, or even a free upgrade, always bring some gifts for the crew. Chocolates, a Starbucks gift card, anything thoughtful works. It's a small gesture, but it makes such a difference to the service you receive and shows your appreciation.
Yes.
Thank you, that was so kind of you.
Walking onto the plane, the first thing that hits you is how spacious this cabin feels. We've got 35 business class seats in a 1-2-1 reverse herringbone configuration, which means every single passenger gets direct aisle access. No more climbing over your neighbor to get to the bathroom. Now let me show you the seat because it is really impressive. This is KLM's brand new Jamco Venture seat, and it comes with something that old business class didn't have, a sliding door. Now, it's not a solid door like you'd find on some Middle Eastern carriers, but it definitely gives you more privacy and helps block out noise from the aisle. And speaking of comfort, I'm really excited to test out how this seat compares to sleeping on a proper bed. I love that I've got 2 windows. Having that extra connection to the outside world really helps. Plus, on this route, we'll be flying over some spectacular landscapes. The storage options are fantastic. I've got this wireless charging pad built right into the armrest, multiple USB ports, and this great storage compartment where I can keep my phone, glasses, and other essentials secure during the flight. Before we've even pushed back from the gate, the service begins with champagne. This isn't just any champagne, by the way. KLM serves proper French champagne on their long-haul flights, and it's actually quite good. The crew on this flight deserves a special mention. I've chatted with at least 3 different flight attendants already, and they all tell me the same thing. They're spending 48 hours in Cape Town before flying back to Amsterdam. Can you imagine having Cape Town as your office for 2 days? Not a bad life. What strikes me about KLM's crew is how experienced they are. These aren't fresh-faced flight attendants learning the ropes. These are seasoned professionals who know exactly what they're doing. And there's something distinctly Dutch about their approach. They're friendly, but not overly familiar. And they're efficient, but not rushed. We're pushing back right on schedule, which seems to be a theme with KLM. Dutch punctuality is real, folks. The taxi at Schiphol is smooth, and before I know it, we're climbing out over the Netherlands. From up here, you can see that classic Dutch countryside with its perfectly organized fields and waterways. It's just like flying over a painting. Now that we're airborne, let me show you this amenity kit because it's actually beautiful in its simplicity. And it's different. KLM has partnered with a Dutch design company to create these kits, and they've gone for quality over quantity. You've got all the essentials, but it's presented in this elegant, reusable bag that actually looks like something you'd want to keep. The headsets are another nice touch. These are proper noise-cancelling headphones, not the cheap earbuds you get on some carriers. And when you're in an 11 to 12-hour flight, these details really matter. Now, let's talk about the food, because this is where KLM really surprised me again. I've read their menu online beforehand, and let me tell you, doing your homework does pay off. KLM and Air France, being sister companies, means the catering quality is exceptional, and you want to make your choices in advance. Let's start with this beautiful Dutch cheese selection served with sparkling water. The cheese has this little Netherlands flag in it, which is such a charming touch. It's creamy, flavorful, and pairs perfectly with the von Winning Riesling that they've poured for me. But here's where things get really good. The starter is this incredible chili prawn dish. It's beautifully presented and absolutely delicious. The prawns are perfectly cooked, and there's the subtle heat that builds as you eat. This is restaurant quality food at 40,000 feet. For the main course, I've gone with a salmon, and it's served with this gorgeous red wine from Rioja in Spain. The fish is cooked perfectly, flaky and moist, with this beautiful accompaniment that I can't quite identify, but tastes incredible. Now here's something funny that happened. When they brought around the dessert service, I made the mistake of asking for coffee and port at the same time. Pro tip: specify the order when you're ordering multiple things, because I ended up having both arriving simultaneously, which made for an interesting combination. What I love about KLM's crew is how they balance professionalism with genuine warmth. They're not overly chatty, but when you do engage with them, they're incredibly knowledgeable about the service, the aircraft, and the route. One crew member told me that most KLM long-haul flight attendants are actually qualified to work both short-haul and long-haul routes, which is quite unusual in the industry to my knowledge. It explains why they seem so competent at what they do. And here's something that shows their attention to detail. When I asked for snacks from the menu, expecting to choose just one, they brought me all three options: the ice cream, the mini club sandwich, and what they call chips.
Thank you very, very much. I really appreciate it. Yeah, thank you.
This kind of generous service really sets them apart. Now, let me show you something special. KLM has this signature cocktail called the Royal Blue Legend. It's this beautiful blue mocktail. It's actually quite sophisticated. I asked what was in it, and apparently it's a carefully crafted blend of fruit juices and a hint of mint. It's refreshing, not too sweet, and the presentation was gorgeous. This attention to creating signature experiences is what I love about flying with national carriers. They're not just transporting you from A to B, they're sharing a piece of their culture with you. After all that incredible food, it's definitely time for a rest. And let me tell you, this seat transforms into one of the most comfortable beds I've experienced on any airline. It goes completely flat, and at 198 centimeters long, it's perfect for someone my height. The blanket they provide is substantial, almost like a proper duvet. And combined with a privacy door and the ability to dim the windows, I managed to get 3 solid hours of sleep on what's essentially a daytime flight. When I woke up, we were flying over the Sahara Desert. And yes, I realized the irony of eating dessert over the desert. Sometimes the English language provides these perfect moments of wordplay. The entertainment system is excellent, with hundreds of movies and TV shows to choose from. The screen is large, bright, and responsive. I ended up watching a Bob Dylan documentary, which seemed appropriate for a long journey of discovery. The Wi-Fi is available, though it's not complimentary in business class, which is a bit disappointing compared to some other carriers. But honestly, sometimes it's nice to disconnect and just enjoy the journey. As we begin our descent into Cape Town, I'm struck by how smooth this entire experience has been. From the efficient boarding in Amsterdam to the consistently excellent service throughout the flight, KLM has really impressed me. The approach into Cape Town is spectacular. You can see Table Mountain in the distance and the South African coastline stretching out below. It's moments like this that remind you why we choose to travel. We touched down right on schedule at 10 p.m. local time, which is perfect timing. The airport is quiet, immigration is quick, and before I know it, I'm stepping outside into the warm South African air. Before I leave the aircraft, there's one more KLM tradition I need to share. At the end of these long-haul flights, KLM give business class passengers one of these iconic Delft blue houses filled with Dutch gin. They've been doing this since the 1950s, and there are now over 100 different house designs in the collection. I chose this particular house, and while I'm not a huge fan of gin, I absolutely love these little ceramic treasures. They're a perfect memento of a really special flight. So here's my verdict on KLM's new business class. This is a serious step up for European aviation. The seats are comfortable and private, the service is genuinely warm and professional, and the food quality rivals anything you'll find in the sky. Is it as flashy as some Middle Eastern carriers? Maybe not. Is it as technologically advanced as some Asian airlines? Probably not. But what it does offer is something quite unique. Understated quality, reliable service, and genuine hospitality without any fuss or pretense. If you're looking for business class that delivers on the fundamentals while sharing a piece of Dutch culture, KLM has absolutely nailed it with this product. If you enjoyed this review, make sure you check out my Madrid to Amsterdam flight, where I discovered that airport hotel hack, which I'll link right here. And if you want to see more honest luxury travel reviews where I actually pay for these flights myself, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Let me know in the comments, have you ever flown KLM's new business class? And more importantly, did you spot what that crew member and I were wearing that was the same? I'm genuinely curious because I only noticed it when I was editing the footage. Also, have you ever heard of staying inside an airport overnight? This was a first for me, and I'm kicking myself for not discovering it sooner. Until next time, keep exploring, and remember, sometimes the most memorable journeys come from airlines that focus on doing the basics exceptionally well, rather than just chasing the latest gimmicks. Safe travels all, and see you next time in the skies.